flower. Autumn flower. Thought I'd use that word instead of fall. And the reason I'm going to make it is because of this center. Right? Isn't that pretty? Good morning, good morning. Yeah, really pretty. I like it. So I kind of wanted to go with the orange and yellow in this flower. So I am using it's not poly burlap, it's fabric mesh. Okay, so yellow, orange, and I got this burgundy. And I've already pre-cut most of it. So that's the kind of color palette we're going with today. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. And I'm going to show you how to cut a few of the yellow. Not a lot of them because I'm not going to wear a mask. And you know you got to wear a mask when you make this flower. Cut the mesh because it has stuff in it. Good morning, Denise. Okay, so on my board here at the bottom, so I'm going to put you down a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. I have a grid on here, and it's I want these to be 10 inches because I'm using a Dean Michael. Fold. Got my wood burner here, and make sure you use protection on your nose and face when you're cutting mesh because, you know, it's got apparently some toxic stuff in it, but I'm only going to cut a couple of these. So this is going to be 10 by 10, so it's 10-inch mesh, 10 inches wide. I'm cutting it 10 inches long, right? Making a Dean Michael fold. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. It's good to see everybody this morning. I'm going to cut another one for you. So just come down on your line, your 10-inch line, and cut this. Be good. Well, you guys just popped in to say hi. Make sure you go find my cat. She's looking for Fort. He's left. Drove him to the airport this morning, 6 o'clock in the morning. Yep. So Lexi's looking for Fort. She's not sure where he went, but she's looking for him. Good morning, everybody. All right, so there's 3. That's good enough. Maybe one more. Let's do one more in case I need it. Good morning, Shonda. Okay, so 10 by 10, and you're going to need, let's see, 32 petals altogether. So I need 16 yellow, and I need 8 orange and 8 burgundy. So that's it for the mesh. Shut this off. Good morning. Finally bought a wood burner. Love it. Yeah, just make sure you wear some protection on your nose. Keep your cat out of the way, dog or whatever. Good morning from Florida. Hi. All right, so we're going to show you how to fold this. Dean Michael's fold. So, you got your finished edge on the right and the left. Curl side up. Good morning, Judy. Take your top and come down to the bottom. Now you want to make sure that when you're folding this, you only have 1 petal instead of 2. Right? And I'll explain that in a second. So what I like to do is put my fingers on it like this. And because I've made a lot of these, it's easier for me. Hang on a second, I'm going to push you down. There you go, you can see you. And then you just make a little, I guess a pleat in the center. And then 2 and 3, tuck that one in. 2 and 3, tuck that one in. And then what I like to do is take a clear rubber band. I like to make all of these ahead of time. Good morning. And then just fold it. So I have 1 petal. Now I'm going to show you another way. You can do this if you don't think you can do that. Here's 1 petal. And this is fabric mesh, so it's a little reluctant to do what I want it to do. But, you know, if you're making these ahead of time, just take a little bit of hot glue between these 2 petals, put a dab in there, and hold it for a second. Make sure you wear some. Well, my cat in Indiana. Hi, thank you. Just hold it a little bit. Make sure you wear the finger protector so you don't hurt your hands. Okay, let's show you again. Hey girl, hey, how are you? And just put this down like this and like this. Now, I got these clips. So if you're having trouble with this, what you do is you take this, and as long as you've got it perfectly 10 inches, it'll work. Put a little clip on there on the end so it's perfect. Good morning. Like that, right? Then you don't have to lay your hand here, and you have more control. I mean, I like to put my hand there anyway, but you can just ruffle like this, right? Because it's clipping it in place, so it's not going to do anything funky, right? And just do the same thing. Put your rubber band on there. Good morning, Sue. How are you? And put your rubber band on there like that. Take your clip off. One petal, right? Once again, just take some hot glue at the tip, right? And you can just coax this into one petal. Got it? You got it, my friends? Can you give me a thumbs up if you get this? Alrighty. I'll wait to see if I need to do those two. Now, I'm using Unique in the Creek round flower board. Good morning, Jerry. So it has 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of holes. I'm only going to use 1, 2, and 3, right? Found my cat in Oklahoma. Man, she travels fast. Thank you very much. All right. And then I've decided I'm going to put lights on this. And I'm going to show you. I've already done it, but I'm going to show you how I did it. I want to put the lights in between the holes on the third row. 1, 2, third row in here. Because this, you're not going to need that fourth row because this is a big center. And it's going to go in the middle. But by putting lights in here, and you put the lights on, they're timer lights, they'll go on in the evening and stay on for 6 hours. And I got them at, did you say you're using fabric mesh? Yeah, fabric mesh. They'll stay on for 6 hours. Good morning, Annie. Your cat, wow, you saw my cat in Massachusetts. Awesome. Okay, and then you want to load all of these, and all of these with your tie wraps, right? So, this is kind of what it looks like. And it looks very busy, but it's okay, because you're not going to see these, right? So here I've put my lights on, and then I've put my tie wraps on, and I've closed them, but you got to leave enough room to put the petal in here. Where did you get your center flower from? Got it at Michael's. Use your coupon. They're not cheap. But I put my lights on, and I just used Scotch tape to put them on. But you see how I fed it through the back? Like we did with the last one? Fed it through the back. And then I'm going to affix this to the back of the wreath form. And of course I've gone ahead and put the hanger on. So if you just tuned in, welcome in. There's my lights going on, right? So once I get all the mesh in, you're not going to see this inside part. You're just going to see it lit. Okay, guys? You're welcome. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start putting the petals on, and I've put my hanger on. You don't have to use a Chanel stem in yellow. You can use a tie wrap. You can use whatever you want to make a hanger. I just, I'm a creature of habit. And I always put it on first. So I'm going to start with my yellow, because see this? It's got yellow at the ends. The tips of it are yellow. So that's why I wanted to put yellow in there. So I have them all folded. What did I do? Okay, we're going in. Just put your tie wraps on here. Make sure you have all your tools handy. And this is curl side down now. And put them down almost to the next row. And I'm going to put them all in before I cut them all off. Unique in the Creek for lights. Yeah, Unique in the Creek for lights. They're, I think, $4 Canadian anyway. And then I get my tie wraps at Unique in the Creek. They look like this. Unique in the Creek. Cable ties, 18 pound. This you're also just going to need some Scotch tape, a little bit of E6000, my clear rubber bands I get at Dollar Tree. I can get like 500 for $1.25. Morning. Good morning. Just put this down. That's not what I want. Let's do this. Fabric mesh going down. Good morning, Nancy. Good to see you. Good morning, Carla. So make sure you're put this on the right way. Tie wraps. You're feeding the tie wraps into the flat side. You guys know what that means, right? And you'll know pretty soon when you put them on and they don't stay. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, I had. Do you have a Dollar Tree in Canada? Yeah, Dollar Trees in Canada. Yep. We have Dollarama too. I'm not a big fan of Dollarama, but there is a Dollarama here. So just go ahead and put this all in. How much would you treat fabric mesh for outdoors? I'll just spray it with a UV spray. I have a pretty covered front door. Doesn't get a lot of the elements. Well, never gets it, really. So I don't have to worry too much about it. But certainly if it gets direct sun or gets rain, use a little bit of UV spray. Just put these down. Try to make sure they're all kind of the same. What size board? I'm using a small flower board, Unique in the Creek. Barbara. Yeah. Thanks very much. Friday was my birthday. Fort came down to hang out for the weekend. It was great. Drove him to the airport this morning, 6 o'clock this morning. He was there. Yeah, I know, I miss him already. Gonna be a long day. Just go ahead and put all these in here. That's a different, little bit of a different colored yellow fabric mesh. I don't get my fabric mesh all in the same place. Thank you. It was a happy birthday. I was very happy that Fort came to see me, and we went out with Kurt and Stephanie on Friday night to a patio here in London. Sweet Onion Bistro. It was really good. So it was Greek night. Opa. We had a good time with the kids. Yeah, short, sweet visit. Happy birthday. Thank you very much, Mary. Yes, it was wonderful. So just go around and put all your petals that you've made in. I'm gonna get up because I wanted to show you each time I change color, I was going to show you the fold, but they're underneath here, my dryer. Hang on a second, I'm going to jump up and grab them. One sec. Thanks, Melissa. Yeah, it was good. It was a short visit, short and sweet. Yeah, he lives in Thunder Bay. Thunder Bay, Ontario. That's where Fort lives, which is 1,000 miles from here. It's a 4-hour plane ride from here, from London to Thunder Bay. Okay, so here's my last yellow going in. So we need 16 for the outside pieces, right? Good morning. Thank you very much. Yep, it was good. Then you're going to just cut all these off. Oh, let's use these this morning. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it. Yeah, it was good. I'm sad that he left, but it is what it is. Get to hang out with you guys. That helps keep me busy for today anyway. Good morning, Karen. Good morning, Tracy. Cut all these off, guys. Put them on. And I am going to try to turn the heads to the side so the next row doesn't stand up. Thank you very much, Betty. I appreciate it. Good morning, good morning. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to turn all my heads to the side so my next set of petals don't stand up. Sometimes, do you wood burn your fabric mesh? Absolutely. So fabric mesh is just like poly burlap. It'll fray like the dickens. You want to make sure that it doesn't do that. Yep. It's softer than poly burlap. I mean, I like poly burlap because it's so firm. Keeps the petals in shape. But, you know, the chance of getting yellow poly burlap right now is next to zero. So I had to make an exception and used fabric mesh. Just turning my tie wraps to the side. Doesn't matter which side you go. Just has to be one way or the other. Now I'm going to jump up and get my mesh so I can show you the fold again. Okay. So we're going on to orange now. Don't need those. I'm going to put this aside for a second and I'll show you the petal in the orange. Good morning, Stephanie. Thank you. Alright, so here's my petal that I'm making. Once again, I'm using fabric mesh. Now, I just put my hand on the mesh. Try to get your edges lined up the way you want. Then you come to the bottom and make a pleat, sort of, about an inch. And I just pull these and tuck that last one in. Take a rubber band and just put a rubber band on it. Like so. One petal. I'm going to show you that again. New method. Well, not a new method. Just an easier way if you're having trouble making these petals. Put your edges together, right? And then just take a clip and just clip it like that. So you can move it around. So then you can just make your pleats and you don't have to worry about it coming apart at the top. Good morning. Just take your rubber band, put it around the bottom. Good morning, Annette. Happy belated, thank you. One petal. There you go. Okay, come back, bring your petal. You always want to make sure this is kind of sitting up off the way. Now I'm going into the second row and I'm putting orange in there. Because look at this. It's got some orange. It starts off with yellow, then turns orange, and then goes burgundy. So I'm just going to put this in. It's going to be between these two. And just tighten it up. Is that poly burlap? No. It's fabric mesh. Nope, fabric mesh. There's no way, nowhere you can get yellow, well, here in Canada anyway, poly burlap right now. Kind of a hard thing to find right now. Where do you get your mesh in Canada? Well, Michael's has quite a bit now. I get a lot of mesh there, poly burlap. It's a bit expensive. You use your coupon. There's another place I get my mesh in Canada. Sorry, it's called Lake Country Treasures, based out of Aurelia. They have really good shipping. Heat seal the mesh. Yeah, I do. They have really good shipping. I get mine in like 5 days. And then there's a few other places. Not a whole lot of places you can get it. But it's, you can get some. I mean, so just put this down. Yes, I do heat seal it with the wood burner. Because fabric mesh, just like poly burlap, will fray if you don't heat seal it. All mesh frays. So you're putting 8 in the second row because you have 8 holes. Fabric mesh. Sorry. I might need a drink of coffee. Yeah. There it goes. Just down like that. Yeah, I put lights on it. Like it. I like it a lot. It'll look really good when I put the center in with the lights on. I'll turn it on so you guys can see. Let's put this around. Now, I need a drink. There we go. Now, if your train of thought just went, and you can use any colors with this. It doesn't have to be the colors I used. I just wanted to have the colors match the center. Alright. There we go. And we just cut these off. You guys still following me? You're not very chatty. Thumbs up if you're still following. Or if you're, you know, vacuuming. There you go. So I've decided this morning, after I'm done here, I'm going to go wash my windows outside. We're all still here. Okay. You're late. You're late to the party. All right. Well, welcome. I use a wood burner on my mesh, but it's still bait free. Are you handling it too much? Listen, after I cut my mesh with the wood burner, I don't touch it until I go to fold it. So if you play with your mesh, it's gonna just enjoying it quiet. If you play with your mesh, it will fray. It's kind of just the nature of the beast. Try not to play with it, except to fold it. Okay, so you turn your tie wrap heads to the side. You keep looking, blocking my view. But obviously, Lexi's not here. You people need to go find my cat. She's looking for Fort. I'm going to show you that fold again, because I'm going to my last row. We've got some burgundy now. Just come down, have the points together, put your hand here, make a pleat. Dean Michael fold, I think this is what it's called. Got to give credit where credit's due here. Morning, Dave. Nice to see you. Just put your rubber band on it. One petal. One petal, kids. And then I'll show you this way with one of these. Where's my, there it is. So it's curl side up, finished edge on the right and the left. Turn it to a diamond. This is pretty colors. I like it too. Come down. Now you can take your clip, and I got these at Dollar Tree, I think. Clip the end like that. So if you don't feel comfortable just putting your hand down and holding it, you can just put that clip on there. What size cut? 10 by 10. 10-inch mesh, cut into 10-inch length. 2 and 3. Did you design your own cutting board? Yeah. It's just a piece of poster board that I designed that I put my measurements on. And then I got a piece of glass, which is now cracked because I ironed on it. Use tempered glass. That's key. And then put the piece of glass over top of it. You don't need to spend that much money on a cutting board. I only use like 6-inch, 10-inch, 12-inch, 18-inch, 20-inch. I don't need anything else. I can't believe I actually made it your live today. You joined late? Well, welcome. One petal, kids. There you go. All right, let's put them on. Okay, now here's the burgundy, because look, the inside of this, does it look burgundy to you? It's burgundy. It's like yellow, orange, and then burgundy towards the center. Here. Like it. I like it a lot. So you have 16 petals on the outside of yellow. You don't have to use yellow. You can use whatever you want. And then I went 8 orange and 8 burgundy. So just make sure that you've got these big enough that they cover. You're not going to see it because the center's going to fix it. I have some of those flowers with the same colors. Might have to try this out. Do it. Do it and then send me a picture of it. I like to see your stuff when you make it. Yep. It's going to be hot again today, so I got to get out there and wash my windows, and then I'll come back in and do some crafts. Where did you get the flower center? From Michael's. Michael's had them. And they weren't cheap. I used a coupon. There we go. And then tighten it up. My mesh is cut at 10 inches by 10 inches. 10-inch mesh cut into 10-inch length. Here we go. Come to the end here, people. Okay. It's down. You're welcome. A few more. 3 more. So when you fold the mesh, you use curl side up. When you place the mesh on your board, it's curl side down. Oops, I don't want to do that. Curl side down. And yes, I did put lights on it. I'll show you what that looks like in a sec. Good morning, Ellen. Glad you can join us this morning. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you share and subscribe so you can be notified every time I come on and do a live. Here we go. Here's the last one. Last one, guys. Going in. Okay, so that's all my mesh put in. And that looks good. So instead of using the center row, I don't need it because my flower center is so big. Alright? So there's all my mesh put in. Gonna cut these off. Unique in the Creek small flower board. Yeah, I will be. Yeah, you can. I have it on my front door. Looks good. And I put the lights on it because I like it to glow a little at night. I put them on at 6 o'clock at night. So they stay on till midnight and go off with the time lights. Is the burgundy fabric mesh? Yeah. Good morning from Thunder Bay, Roberta. I'll be there October 1st, Roberta. Thunder Bay. Alright, so this is what the center looks like. Ooh, look, lights. With the putting the lights on. And yes, there's 20 lights on this, but I just went around and I put, because there's 8 holes, right, and I put it in between the holes, and so I went around twice, and then there's 4 that I just went around, and there were 3 more. So pretty. Okay. So then we're going to put our center on here. Now, it came with just a flat back, but I just took some E6000, which holds everything, and then put a tie wrap on, or a Chanel stem on it, and then put a piece of foam on top. That baby's not going anywhere. It's not coming off. Now, what I want to do is find my top where my hanging thing is, which is here. So I'm just going to go in this hole, and then the one directly across from it, which is this hole. And because this center is so large, you are not going to see anything. Hopefully. Yep, we're good. And then you want to just snug it down. See? So I'm just snugging it down. Twisting it. Like the lights. Me too. I like lights. Guess you could say it has ambiance or something. I don't know. I'm just going to clip these off a bit so I can feed them back through. Because, you know, you don't want anything to scratch somebody's door. So I just clip these off a little. And just tuck these in back inside here. So they won't come out. Now what I might do, now I'm going to, here's my hanger, right? So I know this is the top. I am going to put these, I'm going to E6000 these lights. Now, when you look at this, there is a little arrow here on this part. Beautiful. Thank you. Okay, you're welcome. You don't want to put the E6000 on here because that's how you take this off and change the batteries. You don't want to do that. So you want to put E6000. And the reason I'm using E6000 is because I don't want this bad boy to come off. Okay? So, here's my E6000 tube. You don't need a whole lot of it. So you just make sure you don't put it on the right side. So what I like to do is just dab some on the back. And you only want to go up to this edge here. Okay? Thank you. Okay. And then I like to place it right where it says www unique in the creek. Place it there. Just hold it for a second. Now I'm just going to Scotch tape this part down so it doesn't go anywhere. Like so. And then what I like to do, so this each 6,000 takes a bit of time to set and not come off. So while it's drying, I just take a bit of masking tape, a couple of pieces of that, and I just place it on top here, and I'll take this off after it's dry. You won't see it. Another beautiful design. Oh, you're welcome. I'll show you what it looks like with the lights on. Put this down. And take this off after it sets, about 24 hours. I leave 24 hours. Okay, you ready? Drum roll. You guys, good. I'm glad you like it. All right, here we go. Here is my design. So, you can't really see the lights, but you will when you put it on your door. So, if I shut the lights off, here's what it looks like. You shut the lights off, you can't see the lights until it's dark. So isn't that pretty? With the colors on the outside and the mist. Now, if this thing wants to sit up, just take some hot glue and come and pat it down. Mine's doing fine. I'm not going to have to do that. And you're not going to see it. What do you think? What do you think, guys? The flower is gorgeous. Thank you very much. There you are. How much would I sell this for? I don't know. $50, I think. $50? $50 too much, guys? Yeah. Yeah, so I have a craft show on the 25th of September in Kamoka. So I'm going to take it there. Very pretty. I'm glad you like it. Okay. That's it for today. No. No as in, you know, You think $50 is too much? Good price. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, because this was not cheap. And then you got your mesh and your board and your lights and yeah, I thought it was reasonable. Okay. So that's it for today, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me for the last 45 minutes. Don't know what we're doing next week. I'll let you know. Good morning, Annie. You're late to the party. But I'll let you know what I'm making next week. I think it's going to be something with the pumpkin. Yeah. And until then, be safe, everybody. Have a great week. And just... Oh, did you? Awesome. So just be safe, everybody. And I look forward to seeing you all next Sunday morning at 9 o'clock. And until then, love you all. Have a good one. Bye now.